and the Sisters of Steel RC, I guess, are running this along with Law Tigers, helping sponsor this. So this is a great cause over Black and Gold Harley. If you're not doing anything on Sunday, August 16th, and you know, get out there, ride, show your support, go there in your car if you have to, and just buy a T-shirt. All the money will help Isabel's family. You know, she's a true warrior who sacrificed her life for the country, and she deserves our respect, our honor. And I want to thank Black and Gold for doing what they're doing, and the Brothers and Sisters of Steel RC. So that's a big ride. And then we're going to talk to Chaos a little later on about Hero Homes for Heroes.
Okay, Glenn.
Another amazing one. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's why I really don't wear my big rings, because I'm going to be banging. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring on Lori Montoya with BikerDown, telling us about her upcoming plans for Sturgis and how you can have a safe ride as well up there. So stay tuned.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star stitched on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. Coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Cattle and Betty's of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smiles, standing at attention. Teasing waves, vintage art. For every soldier, every medic on call, every siren. In the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm. Like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
Hey, 991-697-800 will make a difference. Louie and I ride with the 99. We're going to raise some money for you guys. Let's do it.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Reed, 11B, and I ride with a 99. My name is Isaac with Pink Bowie, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network, radio for a reason here in the Fishbowl. Lori Montoya, where
In the world is Lori
Lori?
Montoya.
I want you to see my shirt.
Get out of here.
You got Dive Bar Beauty Queen. There you go. Woo!
I
Hell
got
yeah.
the
You gotta
shirt
get Bird.
for
You gotta get
you.
Bird to sign that for her.
Ay, ay, ay. They were so under the water getting to the venue that night. The doors opened at 5, and so I got there at 6, and I'm like, "Hey, Bird, we're here. Where are you?" And he's like, "Man, we just got to the hotel, and we broke down, and our backup broke down, and I mean, it was like the perfect country western song."
Right.
And stuff, but I do want to say how incredibly gracious he was, because he didn't forget. And I had this all ready for him. It says, "Hey, this is Texan Bird with Moonshine Bandits sending out a shout out to Sideshow and our Dive Bar Beauty Queen Pitbull
Oh, sweet.
from the 99%, and I ride with the 99." So I had it all ready, and so he couldn't do it while he was in the trailer, but I sent it to him, and we should be getting that pretty soon. And I'll remind him in Sturgis that he needs to do that for you. So I was trying to cover all my bases, and I don't know if I can put this picture up. I don't know how to do
Well,
that.
you just did.
No worries, but big shout out to the Moonshine Bandits.
There it is.
Thank you, Moonshine
Thank
Bandits, for
you
everything,
so
man. That's
much.
awesome.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool. It was really fun. So I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh, I love it.
Oh, there,
I don't
there
know how
it
it
is.
is.
Yes.
So
Love
yeah,
it.
it was really cool. They played your song, and they played Chomper's song, "Buried as an Outlaw,"
Yo, yeah. Love
and
that song, too.
it was just beyond good. So yeah, you're getting me in pre-Sturgis mode, like trying to load a trailer and get our clothes in and get the food in and get the bikes in and everything. I also have something there's a little machine right there. It's called a laser pecker.
A laser pecker.
That's all I'm gonna say. But
All right.
I have these leather koozies,
Oh.
and I can laser any logo on them. So I'm gonna make you guys a 99 and stuff koozie and stuff.
Oh,
Like
I
I did
very
wide
cool.
open, and they've got a little magnet so you can stick them on your tent.
love.
Look how creative she is,
I
man.
love that.
Oh my
I
God.
can send you the vector if you need.
Yeah. What? No, I just need a JPEG. You would be surprised. It goes on my phone, and it Bluetooths to that little machine, and then you just do a couple things, and then the little orange thing comes down and goes zzz.
The little pecker comes out and goes.
The little pecker comes out. So.
It's like the little lipstick that comes out of your dog, right? A little red lipstick, the little pecker.
So I don't have a whole lot prepared, to be honest with you. I, just to please ask everybody to download the app. There is this card. We'll scan back in. If anybody needs a tow that doesn't have the roadside, motorcycle towing is, and here's the number on the back. I will send it to you guys to post.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, if you need a tow, I just got with Jeff this morning. He's going to give me a complete list of all the MTS certified motorcycle towers that are in the 3-state area. So
That is
if we need
so good to know when you're up there.
Yeah, you don't want
I've been there a few times, and I mean, luckily and thankfully we were okay. But like, you see so many people that are like
Broken down.
needing help. Yeah.
And you don't want some fly-by-night dragging your bike up on a
Oh my God.
flatbed through a chain scratch and everything.
Yeah.
You want professionals that.
Yeah, and I'm not being mean. You don't know who AAA is sending either.
Right.
I mean, and listen, I mean, and I mean this with respect, when you've lived in Podunk nowhere, when you've lived in a town that has no stoplights, and you had, and your little local mechanic shop is the one that does all your work. So I'm not being disrespectful to them, but there's only a couple times a year that they are really in the mode to haul bikes.
They get overloaded during Sturgis. And,
Yeah,
and have somebody on your speed dial and know somebody that's legit and have it in your phone already is key.
Right. And they may be already registered with AAA to do cars and everything else for the tourists and stuff like that. All of a sudden they get a motorcycle tow and they're like, oh yeah, we can do it, And
they come up with their flatbed and chains. You're like, oh no.
No.
When are you heading out there, Lori?
Oh, first thing in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow morning you're out.
Yeah, we'll be there the 6th through the 16th or 17th. So yeah.
No wonder you're in such a great.
I know. She's perky.
She's like, yeah, you're a perky. She's
no,
like, ready to
I
go.
have my T-shirt. I'm just what the fucking my way through life.
That's why we love you.
Yeah.
Cutting it to his real. But
I mean, when have I ever looked like a shaggy dog?
Never.
Never. And my hats are all packed. And
I saw you on another podcast. Hey, big shout out to them.
Cheater.
I saw that link. Who was that? Give those guys a shout out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's busy. She does a lot.
I saw you on a podcast that you were on came across our stream.
I'm thinking it was ours.
No, it wasn't
I'm
ours.
kidding.
I'm not black.
Oh, well, that's
okay. That was several months ago. There's a really good podcaster out of California, and Full Throttle Law is my sponsor in Nevada.
Nice.
And Pineapple Amy is works with them quite a bit, and so she recommended myself. I did a great, and they were really, like with you guys, I can talk about it, and you're receptive because we've been doing it together for a long time. They had a ton of questions, and really was kind of shell-shocked at how much bikers don't know. And so that was really great. But after that, they did Vicky from Accident Scene Management. And so they were kind of making the rounds. So no, wasn't cheating on you.
No. I was going to tell you, you were great on it.
Thank you. I have my moments. Today's not the day, but
we share.
Yeah, of course we share. And
Polly. Is that what Polly is?
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh,
your little swinger.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
No,
you just don't want to admit it.
Your little pineapple down.
Clip that.
Shut the fuck up. Clip that.
So, like we say to everybody, please. I just actually had a Colorado writer sign up for the Aflac accident policy today. She's like, "Oh my God, can I get it before I head to Sturgis on Friday?" I'm like, "Yes."
Because people can apply for that pretty quick. I mean, if they get on your app and Aflac's app, I mean, it's like click, you can get it.
If they get online and they fill it out and I get it, then I immediately send it to the Aflac rep, and she calls it. And if they're receptive and they pick up the phone, everything else, we can have someone signed up in a matter of hours. Right. So I was really cool.
So there's no excuses.
One person out of my range of 10,000 people said, "You know what? I'm going to listen to Laurie." So.
And everybody should definitely, because that's a long ride, and if you're going to hardtail it up there and not be in
it's like
a trailer,
14 hours from DFW.
It's still, it's an exhausting trip if you're going to ride it. But things could happen, and you want to be prepared.
Yeah, you can still even be prepared as far as your bike goes, but you can't be prepared on what's on the road and what you might run into. You might run over. Anything.
Road debris, trailer flats.
And
even if you're trailing your bike up.
There's a lot of things, and I've seen it. I've only gone 2 years. I can't compare to how many years you've gone, but just
but we're going to hear it any minute. It's going to be tomorrow, because usually this weekend is like pre-Sturgis. Sturgis, even though they've changed the date, Sturgis really in South Dakota's eyes doesn't start till Monday. But all of us come up. So everybody's on their way, and you're going to start hearing, things happening. I do have on Facebook a Sturgis accident and incident page, if anybody, or group, if anybody wants to be on that, that's a great resource to do that. Obviously the BikerDown app, you know, or just go to bikerdown.org and fill out a help request and say, hey, I'm stuck, or something like that. I can't do much when you're in Arkansas right now. You know, I need you to, you know, hump your way to Sturgis where I'm there and can do stuff. But, you know, like I said, if somebody goes down and we need to go to Rapid City and pick up the family, you know, we'll do that so they don't have to rent a car. You know, we'll work with them to make sure that, you know, there's boots on the ground to help them. So, and as soon as I get there on Friday morning, I will head to Rapid City Hospital. I'll touch base with the Christian Motorcycle Association. They actually, the hospital's actually given them a reception room, for lack of a better word, where family can go for prayer or inspiration or assistance, and they know to call me. And so I usually bring up part of Two Wheels for Meals. I usually bring up Subway for them so that they have sandwiches to give the families and stuff like that. Because most of those people are flying up there with no pre-reservation, you know, so they're paying top dollar to get to Rapid City for their family. They're not getting, you know, $99 airfares. They're paying $500 or $600 to get there for a family member. So,
well, Lori, can me and Pitbull and the 99% Radio Network help out any of the families with maybe some meals? Could we send some money your way to donate some meals for either the first responders or to the families? What can we do?
Well, I mean, we're definitely going to do Sturgis Fire again. I didn't do Deadwood and I didn't do the other one. I'll be honest with you, I just didn't have time this year, but Sturgis is always my go-to. So I will be placing the order tomorrow to do it on Monday, because I will have had you know, what I always say to people is a lot of those people are volunteers.
Yeah.
And even in Deadwood, those guys are all volunteer and they're only getting paid per call and stuff, and everything doubles in price. So that, you know, what $5.99 sub is $9.99 during Sturgis. I mean, it's kind of sad that happens that way.
Yeah, well, let us know.
I will let you know what it costs, and
we'll help offset it.
Yeah, I think Scott will do that. To anyone who's coming to Sturgis, I'm going to see if I can get this up. I need help.
Sturgis jealousy right now.
I have.
You're talking about your laser pricker thing, and now you can't get something up. I don't know what's going on in your trailer, but there's something going on in Colorado.
I just want to tell everybody that's up in Sturgis to start looking for the traveling biker gnomes. As I say, F the duck. So, who wants a damn duck? You want one of my traveling biker gnomes. So.
Oh, okay. I see him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hide
Very
those
cool.
all over Sturgis and stuff. So that's really kind of all I got. I got about another 6 hours worth of loading and everything else. And
I love Sturgis because, like, we've driven to Sturgis twice, and I love, like, as you get closer and closer and closer, you just start seeing everybody start flowing, and you start seeing more bikes and it's like just the anticipation from 100 miles out because you see the bikes coming. You're like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I used to, when we had our old RV, and we haven't wrapped this one, and we've not put the branding of BikerDown on it or anything like that. But when we had the old one, it had BikerDown all in the back. And people, it was all American flag in the mountains. And we would literally stop at a gas station and have to give people a tour of this old RV that we had totally redone. And people would salute it and things like that. But the bikers would come by it and they would go, you know, like, yeah, BikerDown, you know. It was really, really cool.
A little patriotic. Well, Lori, we gotta bring on our next guest.
Yeah.
Press a little time. I don't want to cut you short, but I want you to have a great time in Sturgis.
Yes.
Keep us updated. Give us a call in your travels. Take some video that we can play it when you get back.
Absolutely.
We'll put something nice together. And
I'll try to have something for you by Wednesday, because by Wednesday I will have already seen the Moonshine Bandits.
All right.
I will
tell Bird we said hello and thank you for everything.
Yeah, and I'll get this mailed soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Safe
Take care.
Safe travels.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Do everything that she wouldn't do and more. All right. That was Lori Montoya with BikerDown. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with Robert Alexander and Homes for Heroes right after this.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
And I ride with the 99.
Hey, welcome back to 9am Radio Network, radio for a reason. We are back in the fishbowl, and we are proud to welcome Robert Alexander, Chaos.
How you doing today?
What's going on, Robert?
Well, we're doing a big poker run for a great cause. We're the Brotherhood of Heroes, LEMC. We're right here in the city of Ocala in Florida. I'm the state representative. It's a great thing. You know, we started in 2009 with a couple of police officers that decided what they did every day wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So they wanted to put together their love for riding, their love for helping people. They wanted to put that together. And it started with our national president, Anthony Buckwild. And, Buck Wild. So here we are
Buck
today.
Wild.
That's it.
I'm going to have to get another mop for her.
You know, no woman comes with a mute button or a pause button. I know this. I'm married. We're okay.
So let me ask something real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but do you build homes for heroes? Is that you're building homes?
So what we're doing, actually, the gentleman here next to me in the green shirt, this is Sonny. He's in charge and the founder of the Veterans Home Corporation. So what they do is buy up properties like the one we're sitting in right now, which is a former little strip hotel. They renovate them and they help give veterans an address to call their own.
Nice.
And actually, I'll let him tell you a little bit more about that. This is Sonny right here.
Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Welcome to the 99.
Veteran Housing Corp is an organization. We're 501c3. And it was founded basically by me in 2009. I was Affordable Housing Director for a rescue mission down in South Florida. And being a Navy veteran myself, one of my duties as Affordable Housing Director for Miami Rescue Mission was to go to the homeless shelters in the area. And what I found out was at the time, about 20% of the residents at the homeless shelters were veterans. I didn't understand that because I have a totally different experience when I got out of the Navy. Bought my first home with a VA loan, finished my college education with a GI Bill, and it just shocked me to see so many veterans, you know, ending up in homeless shelters. So I decided, listen, got to go do something else, and I started Veteran Housing Corp so we could house one veteran at a time. That's it.
100%. Well, let me ask something on that homeless issue, because we do have a lot of homeless veterans, and it's the transition out of military. Are they not being afforded the information that gets them back on their feet and transitioning them back into civilian life? Or are there other aspects of post-traumatic stress or mental health injuries that are putting our heroes in homeless shelters where they should not be?
Well, it's all of the above, but I think America has a problem bigger than homelessness. We look at homelessness as a separate issue because I've been doing homeless prevention for the last 25 years, and homelessness is really a symptom of the lack of affordable housing in America.
Facts.
That's really what it comes down
to.
Because we could do better. America can certainly do better and do better in the affordable housing arena. We've been trying to, tackle an affordable housing crisis in America for 40 years, and we've gotten nowhere. And that's why homelessness is not going away. There are better models. We have a model that we've set forth. This is David Boston sitting next to me here.
Hey, David.
A former chief planning official for the city of Ocala, and he's doing consulting work for Veteran Housing Corp. And we've come up with a model that could solve that. But unfortunately, it would put a lot of people that have their hand in the till out of work. So it's an uphill battle.
Well, are you getting a lot of support from the community of Ocala?
Yes, definitely. You got somebody here to my left, Butch. He works for a local heating and air conditioning contractor. He's been super supportive. We've got other plumbing contractors. All sorts of trades that have been just absolutely wonderful in Marion County and helping us out. A lot of times we want to pay them, and most of the time they refuse. They just want to donate their services so that the veterans that we house.
See, that's what I love. That's why I love doing this show, because it's radio for a reason. In the beginning of this show, we talked about all these freeloaders and everybody else, all the bad stuff that the mainstream media brings out. You guys warm my heart. Well, this is what me and Pipple love doing each and every day.
And I got a cold heart. No,
is hearing your stories. That is amazing.
So it's more than just one person trying to do something. We were talking earlier while y'all were on the air. It takes a village, but it takes a village to do a lot of things.
Yep.
So over here next to Sonny is his brother. So it's not just a one-man show. It's a family operation to help families get past the issues to become citizens again. A lot of the people, when they reach that point, they don't feel connected to anything anymore. This is a start that we can all get behind.
Yeah, having that kind of pride of your own place and your own purpose. I think that's a big important part of it, because I think sometimes they get out of the service and they kind of lose what their purpose was, and then they go down a dark path or whatever path. But having that purpose again and having pride in something is important.
Absolutely.
When you guys are able to give somebody a place called home, where they can.
Home is where the heart is.
Yeah, where they can decorate it the way they want to. They can be comfortable within it, in those walls, and have an address. Man, that is just so much. That brings your soul back.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonny and Bobby are doing an amazing thing. When you can let a man put his own pants on in his own living room, it's an amazing thing.
You can't be naked in public.
I get yelled at by my wife for putting my pants on in the living room.
She wants you with your pants off all the time? That's what you just said.
Well, no, that's the way you heard it. That's the way you heard it. No.
Hey, Tigger.
You're right, Mongo. There's a lot of times that nobody is given that information, and it becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
But you guys letting us come on and talk about this is, it's an incredible blessing. Butch, we call him Pappy. He's the president of our local Ocala chapter here. When he brought this idea up to do something, we all got behind us 100%. We're turning this, instead of just a poker run, this is an entire family event. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about riding around. It's about what we're doing for the cause. This is going to be a great time, and there's a lot of great people who are jumping in to help and make this a possibility. And, I mean, again, I want to thank you guys for letting us just get this out there. Honestly.
Without a doubt. Have you ever is this only goes on in Florida, or is this branching out to different states?
Right now,
how can other clubs get involved?
Right now we're in Florida. And by the way, Veteran Housing Corp, being a 501c3 nonprofit, it's an unusual organization because we've been around since 2009 and we have 0 paid staff. Everybody that is involved with our organization is either volunteer, myself, like my brother Bobby has donated probably 5,000 hours worth of work in, trying to get these projects remodeled. So we, nobody, every dollar we get goes right back into trying to get these veterans housed. And we can only do it one at a time, one veteran at a time. But
hey,
you know what? We've been doing
step
it
at a time.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 17 years, and it's, it really is fruitful work.
And any club out there that wants to get involved, do something in their community to help, please feel free, reach out to us, the Brotherhood of Heroes, LEMC. Reach out to us. We'll help you in any way we can. We'll even show up.
I love that. I know a few.
Because there's, when we deal with the motorcycle clubs here in Texas, and they are amazing, but some of them haven't found a cause that they want to jump on. This could be a cause here in Texas that maybe one of the motorcycle clubs wants to take on and help you moving it into Texas. So, or any other state. And I think it's amazing because, and like you said, you donated 5,000 hours, but the payoff for that is seeing the smile on that veteran's face when he gets to put his pants on in a living room. And, that's the payoff right there. You can't, no money can ever
just be able
replace
to
that
have
smile.
an address, be able to have an address and not.
That little bit of pride makes a big difference.
100%.
American pride.
So August 15th, Homes for Heroes. It's $20 a rider, $10 per passenger, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I want you to do me a favor, Robert. What I'm going to do is, me and Pitbull can't be there, but I'm going to buy 2 bikes and 2 passengers.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
That's going to be
You're the passenger.
On behalf of the 99. Well, we'll buy 2 bikes and 2 passengers.
If he's going to be the passenger, you take the picture. I'll pay for it.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I will send you the money for that and help you guys support that. Because it's the VFW 4209, VFW 10208, Moose Lodge 2535, and the VFW 4493. Those are the spots you guys are going to, right?
Absolutely. Those are the stops on our run. We've got bounce houses being set up, a dunk booth, all kinds of stuff going out there for the whole family for a great cause.
Fantastic.
I might have to send my mom over there.
Oh, yeah. Your mom's
My mom lives in Daytona.
Tell her come on over and look for chaos.
How far is Ocala from Daytona?
I think
about 35 minutes.
Oh, my.
Oh, your mother will be there. We're going to send Pitbull's mother over there.
Be prepared.
Come look for chaos. We'll be there waiting.
You'll know who she is when she shows up.
She'll be her mother ran with the Olympic torch back in the 80s.
Yes, 96.
She
96.
She is definitely a Pitbull.
She's
a Pitbull mom.
I tell people when I meet her, it makes sense.
So just a quick shameless plug. Another thing we'd like to do is we want to get a flag across the country from one bike to another. So anybody interested, you can run the torch, you can carry the flag, but let's drive with it from one side to the other.
That would be
Anybody
awesome.
interested, let us know.
I'm interested. I'll meet you at the Louisiana border.
There we go.
I will just go through DFW.
Just got to get it from Maine this direction.
All right. We'll put that together. We'll help you put that together. That's great. Guys, thank you so much. We're here to support you. You're now part of the 99% Radio Network family. Anything you guys need promoted, help support with, let us know. Just give us a shout.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Guys, take care. Thanks so much. Man,
I like that.
I loved it. I loved it, man. That's Homes for Heroes. Yeah, get involved. Even
August 15th.
If you can't get out there, but you can also support by donating. The website will be up on our Facebook page. But donate a bike, man. Donate a bike and a passenger. Just $30. Yeah. Right? You forego your Starbucks coffee for one week.
Coffee.
Yeah. So and it's going to a great cause, man. And that is Brotherhood for Heroes, Nomads, LEMC. God bless those guys.
Yeah, and the flyer does have a phone number on there, so we will have that up. You can get directly in touch with them, and then they have the locations on there. If you're in the Florida area, I know I got some people in Daytona, and I got some people. Dude.
We gotta get your mom out there.
I'm gonna call my mom when we're done, and she's probably already watching. Yeah, she's.
Sure. You know what?
She'll drive that pink Cadillac over there.
The other thing I like about this poker run is it's hitting the VFWs and the Moose Lodges, and that's who also needs our support. 100% of our VFWs, because they're not government funded. They are all funded by the public that comes in by having a couple of drinks, by playing pool, by
go support because the drinks are cheap.
Support the VFWs, man. Sit with some of the veterans, hear their stories. You'll never go back to a bar again. Well, you may, but you'll never. You'll never go back to a bar again if you get sitting down with some of the veterans in his VFWs. It's really a great atmosphere. I'm sorry I'm banging.
God,
I know.
Glenn Larson.
I know. Here, hold my hands. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with Eric Rush after these messages.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
BikerDown was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey, I'm Natalie Brett, widow of Daniel John Brett, U.S. Army. I am with Three Star Families of America and Heroes in the Sky, and I ride with 99.
My name is Carol Stank, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Where?
Dial in. Turn it loud. From the block to the blacktop crowd. It's that ride or die soundtrack now. Hey!
I'm all dancing.
Hey, welcome back to 99% Radio Network, Radio for a Reason. I want to welcome Rush.
Eric Rush.
Eric Rush.
Eric Rush, yes.
U.S. military veteran, CEO of Prime
Pitch Podcast Network.
Prime Pitch Podcast. Woo, the 3 Ps. And you got the #1 podcast in Texas.
Yes.
I do. You are really striving hard to help everybody, and you bring some amazing content. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much for having me. It's such a honor to be considered for the show. Like I was telling you, off radio, off camera too, is a lot of my friends have been mentioning 99% Radio Network to me and said, "Have you ever been on the show?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And so I don't know.
That.
I thought somebody dropped the line to you guys. So I feel it's an honor and pleasure to be here today with
I
y'all.
saw you because, like I said, I'm near and dear with Roll Call, and I saw that you did an amazing presentation speech at Roll Call. I watched it multiple times, and I loved the story. Your wife was amazing.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I got to reach out to this guy. I got to get him on the show.
Well, I really appreciate it. The Roll Call was one of those things. I was surprised that Mary Stafffield, she mentioned that. She said, "We've been wanting to ask you for a while." And I was like, "You have? Like what? Why? Why?" But
It's like circle yes, circle no.
Yeah, she said. And when they did ask me, it was a tremendous honor. I had
It's
to
a
say
great
yes.
group. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
when you're in that banquet hall and everybody's having lunch and you just see all the different levels of veterans, it's like heartwarming. I can't explain it exactly, but
Yeah.
to get up there, and that's why I like always want to do something for Roll Call. I love their mission and everything. And like I said, I saw you do their speech there, and I was like, I have to have you on.
Yeah, it was one of those moments in life where you go, someone I had somebody on my podcast a while back ago, a girl named Monica Johnson, and she said, "Rush, I see you skyrocketing. Like I see you like being in front of hundreds of people." And then when I was literally happening, I was like, "Holy shit, it is actually happening!"
Right.
Like, how's this supposed to feel though? No, but Don Graves. True story. I'll tell you what he did.
Watch out for some Don Graves. He loves his pinups.
He helped me relax because when I got there, I was like, I was kind of running on empty. I don't know what it was. I just hit a flat line. I flatlined when I was maybe on the drive over there.
But you get so worked up getting there, and then when you're there,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So Don goes, because I just interviewed him at Painted Horse, the Painted Horse event that they had in Fort Worth, right? And he goes, "Oh, so you're dressed up today, huh?" And he goes, "Come here." He goes, "You dressed up today, huh?" He goes, "It's not going to help you." And I just started cracking up. I was like, okay. I said, "I'm going to save space now."
Yes.
Yeah.
Don will put the wind in your sails, will make you laugh, make you smile, or make you cry. He is the #1 person I love at Roll Call.
Yeah. He sang at our Beers and Betty's. He was there. He loves him some pinups.
God bless him. God bless him. But, and one thing like with Roll Call, you meet all those amazing veterans. We met that guy, Ken, which inspired the hell out of me. When we ever think we're old or we're too old to do something, he was a 100-year-old World War II veteran. And he said last year for his birthday, his 99th birthday, he went out to the coast of Florida. He went marlin fishing, and he brought and he caught a marlin all by himself.
Catch.
He was so caught, catch,
It's okay.
caught, catch. He fished it out of the water.
Caught a marlin.
Catched.
Caught a marlin.
Reeled in.
Caught a marlin. Reeled in a marlin. He reeled in a marlin at 99 years old. And that just proves that you are never too old to follow your dreams, to take that next step, or grab another path, man. Do it till life says no more and you're put into the grave. Keep going each and every day.
Absolutely.
That's what you got to do. And those guys do it for you, though. They bring that. They bring it.
And that's what your speech was about. Like, you got to seize the next journey. You can't just let one thing define you. You have to figure out what path you're going to go. And yeah, you took a little bit of a dark path, I saw in your speech, but you decided to hone that in and go out and help others. And that's how you started your podcast, is that you wanted to bring the voice, but it wasn't about the voice, it was about listening.
Yep.
And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, that was it is true. That's 100% accurate. Like for me, when you go down that road, you do a lot of internal work, but eventually you got to get out of your own head and you got to start listening. And I remember the moment God said, you're going to go back to Texas, get out of California. The beaches are beautiful.
That was the first step right there.
Yeah. And that should have been a road sign. He's throwing stuff down at you. Get out of
You don't
California.
belong here, Well, I was broke all the time, so that should have been a sign too. And I was living in my car by the beach, but it was a pretty beach. Laguna Beach is a really nice beach, but it was this. I remember a moment. He said, "You're gonna go back home. You're gonna meet your wife. You're gonna go back to school, and then you're gonna you're going to get a film degree and you're going to sit down and shut up and listen for a while. And I went through a season of listening, and that's what I continue to do that every day. So, I mean, you know, most of the time when I'm doing the podcast, so it's been very rehabilitative. It's called outrospection. It's basically listening to other people's lives. And in that you'll find your path. You'll find a better way to live your life by listening to others. So, yeah.
I get that.
Have you found because I know it does it for me. I'm sure it does it for you in some way. When you do hear other people's stories, it helps your healing process.
Yeah.
Internal journey.
Yeah. You know, the hardest part was realizing that was happening during the time of my podcasting, right? All this time I had the ego, the arrogance to think that I was actually offering a lifeline to other people by appearing on the podcast, right? But every time I sat down, I remember I had this pastor, his name's Pastor Richard Brunson over at Louisville Lighthouse Church. And he was talking about his journey, and he was a prison to pastor. Now he's the head pastor at Louisville, and he was talking about being incarcerated. And I remember sitting there, and I had never I kept my cards close to my chest. I tucked them in and said, I'm not, you know, I need to use this as fire. It's going to be my fire. I'm not going to share with nobody else, and all that stuff, and shame and the guilt and all that stuff. And but as he was talking, I just felt this rush of my blood pressure started raising, and I started sweating, and I was just asking him questions about it. I said, what is this? Like, why does this keep happening? So when I was interviewing people, you know, and then it just dawned on me when I had a Blackwater contractor on my podcast named Paul Slough, and he talked about having a hit. He was one of the Biden 4 that got incarcerated they were sentenced to 35 years. And he was on my podcast, and when he got released, he got pardoned by President Trump, and in his first term. But he was talking about he had this hit your knees moment with Christ while he was incarcerated, because he was like, you know, they were unjustly accused of crimes, crimes, right. Actions made. And that's when I realized, like, dude, like, this is not just you. This is not just him. It's you too. Like, you're not alone. This is the one moment that I actually realized that I'm not alone in this. This is real. Like, this is not, you're not the only one that had gone through something like this. Right. So I think that became a watershed moment for me.
Well, I noticed a lot within our circle that everybody from Chaz, from TK, from all of our people that we've spoken to have all had battles, and they found Christ, or they found faith. Mm-hmm. You know, were you ever one of those faithful guys, or you were like, oh, I'm not into the religion, but now that you found faith, you feel the energy, the difference in life? Yes. And what it makes you?
Yes. I think the most important part too is like where I had to find him, you know, like I found him in, I had already
Laguna Beach.
No. Well, no.
Oh, that was Jesus.
That was Jesus. Yeah. No, that was beautiful oceanic waters and all that. But, I think I was saved when I was 16, but you know, you lose your way in those ages, you know, you go your own way, and then you go to war, and then you come back and all your life unravels that fast. That's exactly how fast it happened. But like, for me, it was in solitary confinement. I was sent to solitary confinement because after I got sentenced, I beat up a guy when I came back, and they sentenced me to 30 days in solitary confinement. And there was a priest that would come talk to me before I was going, and he said, I want you to treat this solitary confinement as and it was 30 days before Easter. 30 days before Easter.
Move the rock.
That's part. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He said and that's that part where I said I was in 30 days in my speech, right? I was sentenced to 30 days, and he said, you're going to go in this, and you're going to be like Christ was in his tomb, and you're going to write down all every resentments, your shortcomings. You're going to write it on the wall of that personal prison of yours. That prison was a prison cell, and I wrote down everything. And he said, when that door rolls open, it's going to be like the tomb opening up, and you're going to start. This is going to be the process. This is going to begin the process of your healing. And I did exactly that. And you know, had a small little pencil with no eraser, and can you give me another pencil? You know, I'm not done writing.
But he's in solitary confinement. You can't shiv anybody with it.
Yeah, you only get a Bible. You lose all your privileges, Bible, paper, and a pencil with no.
I only got a bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
I didn't even eat the bologna sandwich.
No, little lemon cookies.
I ate the lemon cookies. I ate the lemon cookies. I wasn't eating the bologna. But when you got out, and this happens to a lot of people. We all lose our way every once in a while, and incarceration doesn't mean it's the end all of your whole life or your journey.
Depends on how you deal with the tragedy and how you take the lesson.
Right.
How you take the lesson, what road you're going to do when you open that door back up.
Correct. And it's great that you had a priest come in and give you that.
Yeah.
So when those doors open up, you come out, you feel like a new man.
No, because I still hadn't served out my sentence. Right. I had just been sentenced, and then I was going to go be incarcerated.
Oh, okay.
My misstep was while I was in, I became involved with what was going on in prison culture. It survived. Yeah. So I affiliated with an organization in there, and that turned a lot of things, turned it a little differently for me there. And I was like, so for me, I just think I was struggling still with identity and trying to find my place. So,
So you get out of prison.
Yes.
Right. And you're like, all right, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to get on the mic and I'm going to talk. Right.
Yeah. What was the time where you decided, like, when you actually got on a microphone, you're going, this is what I want to do. Like, there had to be that moment of like, okay, I really like that. My words being listened to. Like, when was that?
Okay, so after I got out of incarceration, there was almost 20 years where I went still struggling interpersonally. Not, I had done all the substance abuse treatment programs. I went to all the AA groups. And I did all those things, but there was still something unresolved in me. Like there was still I've been treated for the symptom, but never the root cause. Mm-hmm. So when I on a fluke visit to the VA, that's when things changed. They came. I went for a nasal infection, and then a psychologist came. I filled out the paperwork. I'd never been to the VA before. I filled out the paperwork, and they said, "Have you ever been diagnosed with combat PTSD?" And right then and there, it was like I fell to the ground, started crying. I was exhausted, tired, everything. But to answer your question, what happened was I started going to school. When I said, God said, "You're going to go back home." That was literally what I heard. He said, "You're going to go back to school. You're going to get a film degree." And I said, well, the thing was at the time, I really wanted to start a magazine, like I wanted to start a magazine. I was still in California, but I was like, shit, I don't want to sell ad space. I'm not that guy,
Right.
A lot more work than you think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube, the digital space blew up in 2014. So 13 and then 14, I said, okay, I'm going to go where he says to go. And I'm going to go to film school and I got a digital video production degree. And then I started laying the foundation to get in that. To be honest with you, I didn't think about it because I was in no place to have any feelings about anything anymore. It was just like, go where he says to go and take your feelings.
Let him drive.
Let
him drive.
Yeah. Let go, and don't think about it. Just be about it. And I just started taking one step forward. And I can say, like you asked me, was there one moment? I don't think so. It was just like a culmination of steps.
It was like it all stacking together and all the moments coming together. Like, dang, this really is where I need to be.
Yeah, because the reality was, I threw. Okay, so when they gave me that, when they said you got combat PTSD, right? It was like, first of all, I was like, I could explain all the trauma. I could explain all the things that unraveled in my life. It says you have to know why, so you know how, right? You have to know why this happened, and so you can stop it. You can stop the cycle. And
that's exactly it.
Yeah. And that was a big thing. That's when I finished the degrees. But for me, it was just showing up, like going where he wanted me to go. And it was hey, yeah. So once I started getting treatment, I got angry at the military. I threw all my awards away, took every picture off, threw everything away. They're gone forever. Or if you try to get one back, it's crazy. It's a
limited edition.
But you are, let me reiterate.
Yeah.
You are a double Bronze Star,
a single one Bronze Star. Yeah.
One.
I learned that you say it. They say Bronze Star double, but it's really one bronze. So yeah,
recipient.
Yeah, one Bronze Star.
And
decorated.
The one thing, pinning medals, what you did.
Yes.
You know what? Medals are just pieces of metal that just hang on your chest or hang on the wall. you know what? In your heart, you hold the biggest medal, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's true. I think the part too is the realization is that when I came out, my life started unraveling. So there was no time to be like, hey, there was a moment where I thought I was a hero, and then that just came undone really quick, right? So as you keep going down that road, and you're incarcerated, and then you got to really rehabilitate your life when you get out. It happens. So like, you don't have time to think about that. You don't have time to think about none of the valor, none of that stuff.
How do I move forward? How do I move forward from this?
Yeah, I got to go to school. That was the one thing I did, was say, I need to go to school. My homeboys wanted me to go to Austin, and I said, okay, I'll be there. Wait for me. And I went to Waco, where they're all the most Baptist church. I really did do that. It was very strategic. I really looked up communities. I went to the law library and said, okay, well, I'm going to transition out. Where I'm going to go? Say, hey, well, Hector's going to be meeting you in Austin, the halfway house over there, Vato. And I was like, all right, Vato, all right, cool. I'll see you there. And
keep the light on.
Yeah, keep the light on. And I said, okay, I'm over here.
Motel 6.
and then I moved to Waco, and that was the beginning of my relationship with Christ, and the true, Antioch Church in Waco is a very prominent church there. And I started going to life groups, and things started evolving from there. Yeah.
Well, when you hear others, and like you talk about storytelling, I'm sorry I banged. When you hear about storytelling, when you hear others start sharing their journeys, and you feel how in line you are with other people, and like I said, you suddenly go, wow, I'm not alone. This one's dealing with this. This one's dealing with this. I have a support network that understands my traumas. They understand my anger issues. They understand this. They understand that, and you found your tribe.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do. You need to find a tribe that helps you heal, and not just kind of pushes it to the side. Because what you did in the military was important, and you can never take that away. And the injuries that you've received, be it physical or mental, those injuries are real and may be invisible, but they're real. And it takes a certain person to understand what those injuries are, those TBIs and everything else.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to bring up Pam Barragan with ATF, not the police ATF, but Adaptive Training Foundation, which helps so many of our military heroes who are in combat. They were injured. They're missing limbs. They're battling depression. And I heard, I was watching a podcast, and I heard, and I'm looking at you, and I heard you got your ass kicked.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've had.
You admit that.
Yes.
Well, Pam goes, you got your ass kicked.
Pam, you kicked my ass, all right?
Damn it, Pam.
Yeah,
was ATF a big step in that? Did it help a lot?
Well, that just happened this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Air Power Foundation. I had Kevin Fallon, my buddy. He's he's affiliated with Air Power Foundation, and they had said, hey, they're considering, they had a spot available, and Kevin's threw my name out to Air Power, and then Kevin gave me a call on a Saturday, and I was like, hey man, there's this thing going on at ATF. It's called hyper training. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, I want to go. Like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, shit, what did I just get myself into? It was a whole week of like 2 days basically, and very intense. And Pam was my coach at that time. She was the one watching over me. Yeah, she's very cool and very very grounded, and I like her. We have so much in common.
Humble, but
yeah. She was. We had the same person. Like I said, it was like we knew each other like right away. Instantaneously, like we call each other brothers and sisters, like, because we might be, But Dad, and just kidding.
Pam, and if you ever want to check out Pam, she's at 2200 Taps podcast. She has some amazing guests. She brings up some great insight, and ATF is a foundation that really helps our injured, our war veterans.
Yep. Yes.
You'll meet people there, and you'll find your tribe right there in that gym.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I had never been around a lot of individuals with limb loss, and the experience to be watching them struggle and fall and try to overcome and conquer. Yeah, it's so inspiring for me. I had two hip replacements. So during last year, and it was like a time when I needed to get that extra push, and it just said something like, get off your ass and start making this work. And I was watching guys next to me that were in wheelchairs, and it was like, okay, dude, like
if they can do it,
yeah, don't go in there and bitch, like, because you know, like go in there and learn. And it was a great experience. ATF and their crew is very rock solid for sure.
Tell us a little bit about Prime Pitch Podcast.
Okay, yeah, Prime Pitch Podcast is a whole ecosystem. Now it's developed to an ecosystem. We create music. We create.
I love your song, by the way, that you wrote.
Yes, thank you so much. I have
Patriot.
Yeah, I have a lot of songs that are curated for military. And
I heard it, and I love that, like Coffee Anderson and Daryl Worley and
Ryan Weaver.
Dave Bray, USA, and Ryan Weaver.
Who will be on next week.
This is the music they should be playing all the time. It's patriotism at its best.
Yeah, so it's an ecosystem of things that now it's changed. It's evolved. The one thing that the speaking engagement taught me about in roll call was that when I went back and listened to it, I was like, oh my God, I have advocacy in so many areas, like on Friday, I'm part of a prison entrepreneurship program. I think Tattoo Mark, is that his name? Yep. Yeah, he's part of that program too.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah, he goes to those programs, but I go to prison and go be part of that this Friday. But for me, I learned that now I need to start creating a whole thing, like, because I have so much, I need to do literary work and get some books out and stuff like that. And so right now it's that, but primarily podcasting, and then we're going to incorporate some more speaking engagements. And but podcasting, I have 4 podcasts, well, 3 main podcasts.
Oh, well,
yeah, 3, yeah, 3, 4, 5. No, I've created a bunch more, but they just kind of fell off over time. But it's a podcast curating company too, so it helps businesses design podcasts for like real estate or whatever niche specific thing you have. Yeah, if you want a motorcycle podcast, and then we'll do that.
No, we're that.
But it's
the one thing on your podcast, and I forgot what the metaphor was, but I thought you said it on 2200 taps. You have the fireplace.
Yes.
And then you have the moon landing.
Yes.
Please remind me what that metaphor is.
Okay, so the Apollo 11 its semblance is that you're having your outer space. You're basically as far out as you can get, from the universe, right? Mm-hmm. And so that was that metaphor. The fireplace was the fire that was that the podcast represents, is the fire of the passion, the resilience, and everything's very strategically designed to
I loved it, and I was like, because when you were talking about that, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, look at the fireplace, then I got Apollo 11 on the moon, and then Pam said that same thing. She's like, what is that about? And when you said the metaphor, I'm like, oh, that is so perfect.
Yeah,
it did work out perfect.
Yeah, no, that whole experience too was like betting on myself. It was like, when I built that podcast, I was working out of a studio kind of like this, and having guests go in there, and then the Chamber of Commerce in Frisco took it over. So it was like, shit, I got to do something. And then I said, you need to bet on yourself and build this shit out. And
always bet on yourself.
Yeah, so it's been a blessing, and I think a lot of people come like, oh my God, this is amazing, and it was a master. It was like God just. It's a lot of God work, He gives me that wisdom to walk down.
We gotta find God.
Yeah,
we gotta find him.
He's right here. He's right here.
I mean, dude,
he's
come
my
on.
homie.
He's
my homie.
No, but
and you just did the Patriot Ball as well. Interviewed a bunch of people. That looked amazing. Huge.
Yeah, the Patriot Roundup is like
Patriot Roundup.
Yes. Yeah, that's my second time with Air Power Foundation. I went to their first one last year, and it was I was so blown away on how that Patriot Air Power Foundation runs as an organization. Everyone was so welcoming. They have so many great volunteers that have open hearts and open minds and just embrace you. Mm-hmm. And I think that was what kind of tilted me to say, okay, let's hedge my bets on being affiliated with Air Power Foundation. And,
you met Zach Capel there, right?
Yes, he told me to tell you hi.
Get in the truck.
Get in the truck.
In the truck, yeah.
And did you have a opportunity to meet Gabriel Joseph?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
love him too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Both
walks the
of them been
bridge.
on my podcast actually. Zach, I got him on my podcast. I just felt it was. It's the podcast he was on is called Next Level Thinkers, a Charting New Horizons of Brilliance podcast.
That's him.
And I just thought it was I think it was really cool that he was like gritty in, you know, like in
He
that.
does a great job.
Yeah,
He does.
he gets behind this, like gets in it, and he like
I love when
wants
he's
to
in
tell
his
the
truck,
untold
he's like,
stories.
And his little patriotic
The
eagle
eagle.
behind him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that's what it's all goes back to small town America. It all goes back to
Getting
the
in the
roots
truck.
of America, getting in the truck and experiencing
And ride with the 99.
and experiencing what's out there instead of being glued to your phone or
What they force feed you on mainstream media.
Yo,
yeah.
You got to
And-
hear the other stories.
And Zach has the same story. You know, he was going through some hard times and he had to pick up his bootstraps and said, and he's like, "What do I do?" And somebody said, "Get in a truck and go." And that's what he did. And he got to experience life like no others have experienced it. He gets to meet these people and see what's really out there instead of what's on the TikToks and all this other crap.
The tiki
Yes,
talk.
enjoy it. It's fun content, but it can't be your life. Get out on and meet
Get
people.
the real news.
Yeah.
Get the real
yes.
stories and grassroots people that are
Yeah.
out there doing the work, and find those fundraisers and events and organizations that are out there doing real work
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
no.
you can actually be involved in.
It's so true too. Like I had a great admiration and respect because I saw him working at the Patriot last year, and then I invited him to be on the podcast and got to learn how his approach and how he goes about getting interviews and stuff like that. And I just thought it was so important.
Cameron McNutt.
Oh yeah, Cameron, love you, Cameron.
He's got us Rush. It's Cameron on AP. Is it APF?
Three of my favorite
Yeah,
people,
yeah, three
Zach,
of-
Rush, and Gabriel.
Yeah. No, Gabriel. I had Gabriel on my podcast, and it was I didn't know him personally. A lot of the people I just meet, like I don't need to know you to get you on the podcast. You know,
Right.
like I get to know you when I get you on the podcast. You know,
That's how we
like
die.
you know, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, right. Like just like we doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so true. But to learn Gabriel's story and and what he had to endure
Mm-hmm.
and go through, and I felt like I earned even with his conversation. I felt like we just like he sends me messages and says, "What's up, Rush?" Like, hey,
He's
you
such
know,
a good
like
person.
yeah, he works at you know he works. The
I don't think
program
I've
with-
ever seen him without the rucksack on.
Yeah,
I don't know what he looks like without all that on. I have
Yeah.
no clue.
Yeah, as a mesmer, I'm like, holy crap, dude.
I couldn't pick him up a crowd if he didn't have that on.
Me and him traveled to New Mexico together
For the
for the
MMIW.
MMIW. Gabriel has just got a warm heart. Recovery Rangers. He
Yes.
has the support for Recovery Rangers. So there's so much about Gabriel. And if you see him in his rucksack carrying that American flag, man, give him a holler, give him a beat, man. Pat him on the back, give him a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Because he's all over the place. I know you guys, the Air Powered Museum, did the walk, the month
Walk 22,
the walk
yeah.
22 for the month. Zach did it, and I know Natalie did it. Natalie Brett did it.
With Green
and
Star.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
So these are all. This is the tribe. This is where the tribe is.
Family.
You know.
It's networking. And
Yeah.
that's
And-
what I love about being on the show too. Like I came on as a guest years ago and took over. But I love like everybody that you meet all has the same mission, the same purpose, and we all come together in different organizations and different events, and everybody's got each other's back. And
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a family for real. And same thing with celebrity softball. It's a family. You go back,
Yeah.
everybody has the same like-minded stuff. And I love
Well,
that.
that's where I met Pam at Celebrity Softball. Pam, and I think her friend's name was Gabby. She was a military, injured military veteran, and she was in a wheelchair. And Pam was there, and I started interviewing him. And God, the connection was right off the bat, like here, and it was just ongoing. And it was you. That's why TK, God bless you and your whole staff.
The man, the myth, the
because
legend.
the connections are true. The connections and the relationships you build through celebrity softball outside the game
Oh yeah.
are forever. And they're long lasting.
Yeah, TK and I go way back. I think it's like 7 years ago now.
Mhm.
Like I had a podcast called "Man: The Secret of Resilience to Lead." It was just
Ooh.
men, And it was during that time when that toxic masculinity started to creep. I was already had the podcast going, and he was on on my podcast, and I got to learn about his approach, you know, and being the head of his household and talk about that kind of stuff. And that was one of my very first times that I started podcasting. And
I don't think TK realizes
the biggest what his impact is.
The impact, the ripple effect that he has done. Throughout the whole country, because he's humble. He'll never admit that
he got a radio voice. Though.
He'll never like say, he'll never take credit, you know, or never. He's the behind the scenes guy who just loves to see everything work and
wants everybody else to succeed around him too.
Yeah, he wants everybody to succeed. And
that was so. I'm sorry. That was the one thing he said that always stuck out with me in his, because he's been on my podcast, that podcast that was a long time ago, and then more recently, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe last year, or something like that. But one thing he said was really poignantly. He said, "Listen, you don't bring people about it because he has his nonprofit Verve, right? Verve, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I say, what's your what's your take on leadership in an advocacy space? You know, and then one of the things he says, I bring people who are good at what they do. Like, I don't go tell them what to do. I don't have to manage them. I get out of the way. I help them achieve what they're great at. Like, and
he lets people find themselves.
Yeah. And for him, that was one of the most important things I needed to hear, because it was like, okay, so when I am a part of a big nonprofit, like, you got, like, let me do what I'm good at, because that's why I'm here. Help me be good at, help me get to where I need to get to, you know, and that always resonated with me as far as being.
TK's like the dad says, here, son, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Drive on this country road, pop the clutch. Let's see what we can do. All right. Before we wrap up, how can people follow you? How can people connect with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. You go to primepitchpodcast.com. You can send me an email there, or, you can, there's also, when you send me an email, if you're interested in being on one of the podcasts, they're very niche specific. I'm going to extend an invitation.
I'm like raising my hand. Like,
no, that's one of the most important things. I believe in reciprocity, being on your show, and then extending it forward as well, because you guys got a purpose and mission that we need to get out as well. And I'll tap into that. My process is uniquely different, and you'll get to experience that. But I say that, if you have a story and you think if you're a veteran, and you have, always say no voice is going to go unheard, no voice is going to sink with the ship. And we're going to get your name out there. We're going to get first responders. Yeah. And then we get your story out there in front of people, and we break some down. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you, if I get you on, I'm going to make sure I have my Roy Firestone moment with you. So you bring your tissues now.
I got it, man. I got it. I'm in, man. Like I said, man, I'm pretty transparent now.
I won't call you Chris Everett.
My waterproof mascara. That's right.
Yeah.
What branch of service were you on?
Army.
United States Army. Okay.
Yes.
My dad was Army too.
I'm going to invite you to stay. We have our Marine veteran coming on.
Yes.
The
Mongol log.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to stay on for a little
bit?
Absolutely. Yes.
And we actually let him be on the show.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Mongol log. Is Mongo dressed? All right. We'll be back after this. Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star Stitch on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. Coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Battling Betty's of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smiles, standing at attention. Teasing waves, vintage art.
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Hey, Mongo, what's going on, brother?
Well, here is Mongo. Another day.
Another day.
Another dollar. No, we don't pay you.
We're keeping Rush on. He veteran of veteran. I wanted to introduce you.
How you doing, brother?
Good to meet you, Rush.
Awesome.
So, Mongo, is Jude still with you, or did she leave?
No, she left. She left this past Friday morning, so she's back home.
How's the
Friday?
And how's the puppy doing?
The puppy's doing good. He goes to or she goes to an evaluation Saturday for 3 hours. Provided she passes the evaluation, we got a place to store her so that Roxy can come to the Raiders game with us next Thursday.
Nice.
Well, you can always fly me out to dog sit.
What's that?
You can fly me out to dog sit. My schedule's open.
That's why we fly Jude out here is the dog sit.
Yeah.
Well,
Pippa will come out. Pippa will check your dogs. Hey, Rush also was in California. Where were you?
Yes, I was in Laguna Beach, California. Yes.
Okay. My career was down in Southern California, down in LA County, but I've left that hellhole down there. I'm up in Northern California. It still sucks, but it doesn't suck as much.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to. I was telling the guys here that I used to work for a glass manufacturing company, and what we do is go to all the different winemakers and go present, ask what kind of wine bottles they were going to use, to pour their wine into. So I would travel all the way to Paso Robles and visit the different winemakers out there.
Oh yeah, no, we got everything. Everything's all about wine out here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the few people that doesn't drink wine.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just whiskey and cigars.
Well, you know where to mail the wine.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, brother. We are looking forward to this Mongo log. Any thoughts before you jump into this on the Michigan election last night?
It's it went the way we all kind of knew it was going to go. I'm really hoping that the media starts to talk about not all of his nice promises, but all of his stupid promises. And maybe the people in Michigan will say, you know what, maybe he's not the best choice for a senator right now.
Yeah, I saw a news clip today because I guess everybody's having a problem pronouncing his first name.
Keep it out of your mouth.
And in a press conference, he's like, well, if you can't say my name, just keep it out of your mouth. Well, that's how you want a senator to talk.
There you go.
That's not even elected.
Well, yeah, and during I saw while he was talking today, he was talking about welcoming all the Jewish people into his circles. Like, that's bullshit, and I hope people recognize it as bullshit because that is absolutely not true.
Yep, it's smoke and mirrors. It's just pandering to the news media.
Let's put your name in the ring, Mongo.
Yep. Yes. Mongo for president.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Oh no, I don't want that job. Not at all.
That's a lie.
All right, brother. So without further ado, man, let's get on with the Mongo log.
All right, here we go. So today's Mongo log is Fauci the douche. Before President Sleepy Joe Biden left office, either he or the Autopin preemptively pardoned Anthony Fauci related to the COVID-19 pandemic. When Anthony Fauci arrived on Capitol Hill last week to testify before Congress, he was trailed by a security detail that he is paying for himself. Please don't feel bad for this educated runt. He has become rich fleecing America. He won't get cold or go hungry. Fauci has been testifying before our nation's elected officials for roughly 4 decades now. Starting with his days at the forefront of the AIDS research, in years past, he would have prepped for his congressional testimony by consulting with colleagues and poring over data. He would have been there to speak for science. Recently, however, he was under a subpoena from the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee. This time, he had been conferring with his lawyers on how to best navigate questions related to his own actions in what seems to be an effort to catch him in a lie that isn't covered by the blanket presidential pardon issued to him by Joe Biden. Fauci was once famed for being America's consummate, nonpartisan scientist. Fauci is now a far more polarizing kind of public figure. He is both beloved and reviled for what he's pretended to represent, and now even targeted by threats to end his life. The more he talks, the more he stands to lose. This is not the coda that Fauci's century of government service was once headed towards. Admittedly, he has been one of the nation's best known and most respected medical scientists. In the late 1960s, he led the team at the National Institute of Health that repurposed cancer therapies as cures for several once fatal rheumatological conditions. His later partnerships with AIDS activists and his push to accelerate experimental drug trials for HIV helped transform the infection into a survivable condition. He went on to serve as the chief architect of PEPFAR, a global HIV prevention and care program that has allegedly prevented an estimated 25 million deaths since 2003. With all of this being said, I will admit that Dr. Fauci is a small and at one time well-respected expert in his field of study. I will also add this. I think he was picked on by the bigger kids while he was growing up because of his diminutive size. He did, however, excel in his studies, and he became very good at what he did. When COVID came around, he had what he thought were answers, and everyone believed him. This inflated his ego, and unfortunately, his ego became larger than life. Health and media officials consulted with him. Celebrities adored him. The media craved him, and he looked like a total douchebag on the cover of GQ magazine while sitting poolside. But this is just my opinion of the little nerd. Biden believed that there would be targeted prosecutions by incoming President Trump. The Biden administration, as well as the adoring media, was citing signs that the new administration and its allies might try to drum up prosecutions against him. That fear became legitimized given the Trump Justice Department's efforts to target some of Trump's foes. These efforts are, of course, criticized by the mainstream media. The allegations are, according to the mainstream media, based on often flimsy evidence. Now, back to Fauci. He wasn't exactly right, except about COVID-19 responses. The former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases was not only preemptively pardoned by Biden, he received a very broad pardon that covered virtually everything related to his governmental service between January of 2014 and January of 2025. I think it's hilarious, but as smart as Fauci believes himself to be, he kept a daily diary of his public and private meetings regarding his perceived growing fame and authority. These diary entries were hidden until recently. They were finally discovered after an 8-month computer search. Believe it or not, they were on a government server. The Republicans in the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee did not receive nor disclose this discovery until just before the actual recent Senate hearing. Whether you're in favor of the vaccine or opposed to the jab, or maybe you were forced to comply or face consequences at your job, very few people have no opinion at all regarding the various mandates. Very few people have come to admit that they may have been wrong. For the anti-jab cabal, however, there was no such dichotomy. For them, the vaccine was not an all proposition. As for the anti-vaxxers, anyone who rejected a different conclusion and refused the vaccine was wrong by default. But evil, selfish, and ignorant rubes who rightfully deserved to be punished were elevated. By contrast, vaccine skeptics never demanded that anyone follow their decisions, recognizing that their chance of error did exist on either side of the bell curve. There was also another prong of this thought fork. The third prong held another variable that was added into the mix, the possibility that the vaccine not only had no preemptive effect, but that it actually had an adverse effects on different segments of the population, including the elderly, the healthy young adults, and children. Now, hindsight is always 20/20, but let's not forget the collateral damage to the various sectors of the economy after the vaccine mandates, which led to the shutdowns and the supply chain failures that ultimately led to the inflation, which, by the way, we're still paying for today. As Fauci became revered as the man calling a game of Simon Says, many skeptical eyes began to open. Many began to question the value of the general mask wearing early in the COVID-19 pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention decided that the practice was so demonstratively effective that it should be legally mandated even for the 2-year-old children. Fauci and the CDC's findings went to the heart of the case for the mask mandates, a policy that generated lots of resentment and acrimony during the pandemic. Recently released information also showed that the CDC had repeatedly exaggerated the evidence in favor of masks. Moving forward, after this boner, the CDC can never again be completely trusted and an unquestioned source of the public health information. The media, unfortunately, is very good at what they do. One would think that because of all the attention put on the congressional hearing involving Fauci, that a distraction was necessary. The media has to have us all look at the bright lights and loud noises happening elsewhere. As a result, recently our mainstream media has been very busy reminding us about how Trump's war with Iran is causing gas prices to soar, as well as high inflation rates. Just for your information, our gas prices and inflation rates are still on average lower than they were during Big Sleepy Joe Biden. But why let a few facts get in the way of a distraction? Unfortunately, our problem today is that our memories are only about as long as the sex appendage of the average male, and the mainstream media loves to tell us how bad this whole world is becoming under Donald Trump and the Republicans. Ooh, I'm shuddering. It's very scary. Now back to our little man du jour, the diminutive research docket. Every time I touch my screen, it keeps getting smaller and smaller, so it's harder and harder to read, but I'm giving it a good shot. The diminutive research doctor that has been busy getting his ducks in line before any real shit hits the fan. Before the pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly purchased the small medical research outfit called Vaccine Company Incorporated, Fauci was on the Vaccine Company Incorporated's medical advisory board. This company was 2 years old, and they were given a government research grant of $28 million under Joe Biden. Unfortunately, since I'm not a licensed doctor, I can't access the specific information about the research. Their website is also surprisingly sparse. I can tell you, however, that their physical address is in Delaware. Now, I couldn't tell you or not, but it could possibly be located in a small apartment above a Chinese restaurant for all that I know. There are no pictures on their website. Their mailing address is a P.O. box in Maryland, and they're incorporated in South San Francisco, California. To me, that all seems about as normal as it gets. This company was apparently very busy having to check their mail in Maryland while working in Delaware and having corporate meetings in California. They obtained 4 patents while developing 0 drugs, no deals, no news, no clinical results, and no transactional medicine. They were, however, issued a total of 4 patents. They also received 5 government grants issued for various research projects, one of which was related to COVID-19. That should have been easy for them since Fauci is the father of COVID-19. Of their grants, 4 were from the National Cancer Institute and 1 was from the US FDA. Without any explanation, this bifurcated research outfit was sold in May of this year to Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly purchased this operation for $1.55 billion. Now, if my company that I had a financial stake in sold for $1.55 billion, my website would definitely have pictures of me doing naked cannonballs into a swimming pool of topless women. So if anyone is feeling sorry for this poor undersized elf with the inflated ego wearing a white lab coat, spare me. He's probably doing okay. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. And Mongo is out, and now back to you in the studio.
Well.
I plead the fifth. As per my attorney to the right of me, I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
111 times.
Zip it.
I don't understand that.
You know, Mongo, thank you so much for doing the research and the background on that. You know, whoever is really holding Fauci up in a high regard now is just a pure idiot. We know we've been lied to. We know we were put into a position where they wanted to see if they can control the population, and they succeeded. They made us stand 6 feet away from each other and go different ways.
Yeah, and and the mainstream media, and they're still doing their job because they keep saying, well, why they keep questioning because he kept pleading the fifth. He pled the fifth for a reason. It was actually smart on his part because federally he's covered by the Biden pardon, but that doesn't cover him for any state prosecutions, and the states are looking into him because I think there's Florida, Louisiana, and a couple of other southern states are looking at him right now to prosecute him. So anything he said would have been used against him. So I get that he pled the fifth, but the mainstream media is like, why do they keep questioning? Because he's covered. He's not covered by the states.
Correct. And they can hold him in contempt.
Right.
But, it was funny watching those hearings that, hey, what color is the wall? I plead the fifth. What color is the rug? I plead the fifth. What color is your tie? I plead the fifth. It was just like, oh, my God.
That was a trap. They were trying to get him to fall for that trap because if he would have answered that, it would have opened him up to answering other questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it that way. Didn't see it that way.
Yeah, don't give him credit. Stop it.
I didn't see it that way.
But the media won't talk about that. They'll just talk about how stupid it was to ask him what color the carpet was. Well, there's a reason for that. So the media won't explain to the people why that's happening.
Wow,
yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean, local news did kind of talk about it, saying that he plead the fifth like 100 times.
Yeah.
And I mean, at least the local media, Channel 4, Fox 4 mentioned it. I mean, I don't really watch anything else, but yeah, the other mainstream probably clipped those segments in and was like, look at these dumb questions.
My thought is like, what's going to happen with that, that pardon that gave him, I guess Biden gave Fauci. Is that valid, or what's the situation?
Well, that's still to be debated because who knows if that was the auto pin or if that was actually Biden that did that. But that does cover him for federal offenses, but it doesn't do anything for the state offenses.
You're somebody who people look to for advice during a crisis, and then you're just not going to get information. I mean, all those nurses that were like in the ERs and dealing with this, and then that's what the medical advisor does on the stand is I plead the fifth constantly. That's
I know.
crazy.
And it's a scary thing because God forbid something else happens. Nobody's going to trust, the Center for Disease, the CDC. They're not going to trust any mandates or anything else. They're going to say, what, this is just another Fauci
well, I mean, I didn't trust
issue.
it to begin with.
Right.
But I mean, I didn't, but I mean, I still thought the zombie apocalypse was going to come when it first came out. I was like, there's going to be a roll of zombies.
I would have liked the zombie apocalypse.
That would have been better. But
It was very cool walking into a bank with a mask over your face, though.
Yes.
Oh, I love the costumes that came out.
They're low crawling without a mask all the way to your the Mexican restaurant table. You're like low crawling.
So on tacos.
Oh man. All right, Mongo. Well, thank you very much, brother. Thank you for everything you do, bringing this to light. Looking forward to next week's Mongolog. Sorry we had to cut a little short. We ran a little over, but we're getting back to the time clock for our 2-hour show.
Okay, well, next week's Mongolog is already done. It just needs to be refined a little bit. And then Thursday, we'll see each other in Vegas.
All right, brother. See you soon.
Pleasure to meet you, my man.
Adios.
Take care, brother. All right, then the Mongolog is out. All right, man. I think we made it. We did it. We're not too bad. We're not too bad.
We did good.
Yeah. All right. So once again, this is Sideshow and Pitbull and Rush. Yes. We knocked it down to 2 hours. We're going to keep it, keep you informed. Radio for a reason, uplifting the community, bringing you for a purpose. And I want to thank Chance behind the board. Thank you, brother. Once again, we got a lot of events coming up. Please help support them. Don't forget the rides that we mentioned today. That will all be up on our Facebook page.
Yes, I need vendors. If you're free vendor fee for Backers and Betties, August 22nd, you can email me at battlingbettyscfw@gmail.com.
And once again, if you could be anything in this world,
be kind.
Be kind. Whoa.
Don't be a dick.
Don't drop this. Be kind. Peace.